This is the story of Molly and Jacob, and their not-so-trusty motorhome Woody, and their not-so-skinny cat Guthrie. Molly and Jacob met a year and a half ago and soon began spending every moment together. That is, every moment except for those working their bar jobs, which they both hated. Oh, how they longed to spend their days full of meaning and beauty. Jacob is a singer-songwriter and drummed to the day he could play his music for a living. Molly sings with Jacob and is also a photographer and dreamt to the day she could create art instead of sandwiches. But they worked long and hard until one day deciding life is too short to spend it unhappy, and they set off to follow their dreams. They purchased a 1984 motorhome affectionately named Woody, and with high hopes of its fortitude, a couple guitars, a few cameras, and tangible enthusiasm, the young couple set off for America. They saw the grandest of canyons and longest of roads. They swam in the oceans and played many shows. Gaining inspiration from each new place and face, Molly and Jacob were well on their way to becoming the artists they dreamt of. But poor old Woody just couldn't keep up with their adventure. In purchasing Woody a new engine instead of more miles on the road, Molly and Jacob were forced to return back to Nashville. But they refused to go back to their old bar jobs. So they got an office space with other artists where Jacob co-founded Electric Western Records and has a place to focus on his music, and Molly built a darkroom. And Woody, well, after breaking down and financially breaking them, he became their home. With no money for rent elsewhere, this seemed like a good idea. But life is not so easy in a 25-foot box. It was a long, cold winter. Guthrie's water bowl froze, and so nearly did they. Eventually the spring came, but with it came the rains and the leaks. There's no running water, and the tiny bed barely fits all 6'2" of Jacob. Jacob continues to tour, and as proud as she may be, Molly is left alone. She stays at home to work to pay off the engine instead of being able to sing with Jacob. And parked along Gallatin Road in East Nashville, she often gets scared. Guthrie longs for a bigger place to roam. As you can see, he's only getting fatter. Woody also longs to roam again. With his new engine, he feels all dressed up with nowhere to go. And if only Molly and Jacob could sell him and set him free, they could pay off all that debt. And debt-free, think of all the music and beauty and art they could create and share with the world. Think of the future Molly and Jacob could have together as not starving artists. Though they will always be happy, having each other, their art, and a roof over their head, as leaky as it may be. Just think, if only they had a better place to dwell.
I hope we make it on love, because the money's all gone. I hope we make it on love, because the money's all gone.